This is all about living within your means. I've been there, done that, earned good money, but had nothing to show for it. More money doesn't solve all the money problems. If it did, millionaires wouldn't go bankrupt. If you find yourself constantly stressed about money, living paycheck to paycheck, or you take on debts that you struggle to pay off, then this video is for you. But before we get into the core of this video to discuss how to actually start living within your means, we need to first identify the signs that show you're living above your means despite earning a good income. If you do not have an emergency fund, if you're burdened with debts, including credit card debt, you're not saving at least 10% of your income, you don't invest, you purchase luxury items that you can't afford and you finance it, your spending is influenced by people or external pressure and not your needs. If you can relate to any of these indicators, I will share tips on how you can live within your means and work towards financial freedom. The first step to living within your means is to assess your current financial situation. Don't avoid it. Don't feel embarrassed by it. Write it out. What is your current financial situation and come to terms with it. A lot of people don't know how much they earn and how much they spend on a monthly basis. They only know money goes in and out of their account. You need to calculate your numbers. How much do you actually earn? Your net pay and not your gross pay. Like how much hits your checking account every pay period. You then need to determine what you spend on your needs, that is the things that you can't do without. Things like your mortgage, your rent, food, transportation, daycare for children, and the rest of it. The accurate number and not an estimate of what you spend, the accurate number. Review your bank statements for the last 3 to 6 months will give you this number. Once you figured out how much your needs are, then you divide your needs by what you earn to get a percentage of your income that goes towards your needs. So say you earn 4,200 on a monthly basis or in a month, and all your needs totals $2,140. It means 70% of your income goes towards your needs, and you're only left with 30% of your income or $1,260 to spread across your savings, investments, and debt payoff. Pretty much everything else you spend in a month needs to stay within the 30% of your income in order for you to live within your means. As mundane as this exercise may sound, it is the first and most important step to really understanding your financial situation. The next thing you need to do is to draw up a financial plan and determine what goes towards savings, debts, and wants. The fact that you have 30% left over after taking care of your needs doesn't mean you need to spend or you have to spend it all eating out, shopping, and vacationing. You should split what you have left over savings and paying off debt. You should at least save $420. Depending on your situation, another 10% or more should go towards debt repayment. Debt is one thing that, if you do not pay attention to it, it will haunt you for the rest of your life. There are many strategies out there for paying down debt, but the most important strategy, in my opinion, and from my experience, is focus. You can't keep missing payments or even making minimum payments only. List out all your debts. If you have a goal on the number of months or years you want to be debt free, calculate how much you need to pay per month to pay off that debt. That is the number that needs to go into your plan. Aside from this calculation, it is also important to think deeply about why you're in debt in the first place. Like, how did you get there? And resolve never to take on any additional debt. The last part of the plan is to allocate to your wants. If 70% goes towards your needs and you have 10% towards your savings and another 10% towards debt, the remaining 10% can go towards your wants. Wants are nice to haves, but you can definitely do without them. The 70-10-10-10 split I just explained is a hypothetical example or a hypothetical situation. If in your case you want to save a lot and you have so much debt to pay off, then you can split the remaining 30% after needs between savings and debt while you completely ignore wants, right? I personally always like to allocate something to wants, no matter how small, as a way to reward myself and not feel like it's all work and no play, right? The most important takeaway here is that for you to live within your means, all your needs, savings, debts, and wants needs to be 100% supported by what you earn. How you split your income between these various categories depends on your goals, be it a debt payoff plan that you have, or saving, having your emergency savings, or an investment plan. One effective strategy to avoid living above your means is to cut your spending by practicing mindful spending. Don't buy things just to buy things. You need to be intentional about what you spend on, especially on unnecessary things that you can do without. If you're able to cut spending on things that do not matter, you have money to spend on things that do matter. Get a spending journal, be it a digital copy on your phone or a good old physical journal. On a daily basis, write out what you spent money on while you made the purchase, while you spent the money, how you felt while making the purchase, and how you felt after you made the purchase. Review at the end of the day and do this for a few weeks or a few months. You will notice your brain will be reprogrammed to pick up excessive spending, and there will be this sense of responsibility to properly justify your purchases. You could also try the cash envelope method, where you label each envelope with a spending category and you keep cash in each envelope specifically for that purpose. If you have an envelope for clothes, say for shopping, for example, and you put in $100 in that envelope, the moment you spend all the cash in that envelope for shopping, that's it. There is no money left for that expense, and you're pretty much forced to look away. After all, there is no money to spend. I modified this cash envelope system to a tech enabled version, and I have spending pots, or more like sub accounts, on my mobile banking app. It has been a game changer for me. The moment I exhaust my, say, dine out funds for the month, that's it. I sit at home. There's always rice and beans to eat at home, so there's no more dining out just because I've exhausted the amount apportioned for that category. Another thing that can help you live within your means is to right size your house. This means not having more space than you need, than you and your family actually need. There is absolutely nothing bad with having a big house. Please don't get me wrong. If you're able to pay all the house related expenses, you're able to save, invest, travel, and do all the nice things you want to do. But if you're struggling to pay your rent or mortgage on a big house, that's a sign that you're living above your means, and it might just be time for you to evaluate if you really, really need and use all the space you have in your home. Why does a family of three need a 7 bedroom house, anyways? Remember, you're not only paying the rent or mortgage, there are other costs such as cleaning, maintenance, higher utilities that comes with a big house. You can carry out a local search for a house that is more suitable for your family size. And if you do the calculation, or if you run the numbers and it shows that you can save a good amount by moving, then it might make sense in your case to move. If you have a fully remote job, why are you living in Toronto? Why are you living in London? Why are you living in New York City? Or any of these big cities with high cost of living, and you're struggling to keep up with the bills? You are not a tree. It's time to move, please. The summary of it all is for you to subtract everything between you and your financial freedom and fix the leakages. You may have to practice no buy or low buy months to realize that you are not actually broke. You just have a spending problem. Pack your lunch to work if you have to. You don't need new clothes if you're not going anywhere. Don't go to the store for toothpaste and walk out with 59 other items talking about being on sale. The sale wasn't for you, sir. The sale wasn't for you, ma'am. If it's costing you to live above your means, please take it out. Now, having said all that, depending on your situation, the only option you might have to live within your means is to increase your means. You must find ways to make extra income. You can only downsize by so much, and you can only reduce your spending by so much. Frugal living tips can only take you so far, and you have to come up with short-term or long-term plan to increase your income. Ask for a raise at your job. A lot of people leave this opportunity on the table. Ask for a raise. Take on a second job. Start a side hustle. Monetize your talents or skills. The extra $300, $500, $1,000 from that second job might be all the extra income you need to live within your means. Lastly, I would like to share this scripture with you as a word of encouragement. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 8. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 8, which says, "And God will generously provide all you need, then you would have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others." Trust in God to take care of your finances while you put in the work. I would like to hear from you in the comment section. What actions are you taking to live within or below your means? That's all I have for you today. I typically post video every Sunday, so please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one, and cheers to a life of options. Bye.